up, guys? Doing some more work to the Super Duty today. I'm gonna start working on narrowing the front end of this truck down, and it's gonna be quite the project. It's nothing that I thought I was ever gonna do when I got this truck. I kind of went back and forth on it, actually. It was something I thought about doing early on, then I said, no, I'm not gonna do it. Now I've changed my mind, I wanna do it again. That's kind of how it goes for me. The reason that I'm doing it now is mainly just because I think it's going to be a fun project. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference in what this truck's going to be capable of doing by any means, but I just want to do it because I think it's fun. And if it comes down to it, this is the truck to do that kind of stuff on, you know. I like fiddling with it and changing stuff around, so that's really the real reason why I'm doing it. I think it's going to give me a little bit more clearance up front for my tires, being able to touch up against something before my fender does. Where I plan on cutting this thing though, I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference or not. It's more or less a fun project, so we'll see how far it takes me, and let's get started on it. So I got the inner wheel well out on the driver's side. That's all out. My plan is going to be right where this strut mounts on the fender. That's going to be the spot where I'm going to take this thing in from that point forward. Like I said, it's not going to be nothing crazy. I think it'd be a little bit more extreme if I was to go back here, tuck it in, but I'm choosing to go here, so that's just the way I want to do it. I got to move this battery box, this wiring, get that all out of the way, and then we'll start to see what we can do with it. All right, so I got the battery box out and the wiring off of the inner fender well there. So I'm gonna start marking my line on the outside of this fender. I'm just gonna put some painter's tape on it where I want, and we'll probably start cutting some stuff out of here. There's no turning back now. Now there's really no turning back. That is all cut out of there. Now I gotta start figuring out how I'm gonna shape this thing in. I already know from the start of this project, before I even started thinking about it, I'm gonna have to get another set of fenders to do this job properly. So when I go to put the front of my fender up here, since we changed the angle of this, I need to add material to this thing. That's why I need another set of fenders, just to be able to add a center section of that fender right in the center here where this bend is. That way when it reaches here, I'll show you. So this outer part that I just cut off was like that. Well, now when I take it up to the front here, there's a gap. So I need to fill that gap. And in order to do that, I'm gonna get another set of fenders for both sides, and I'll be able to fill that in nicely and match all the body lines again. So yeah, let's see what else we can do. So my next cut is gonna be the hood. And I'm thinking I want to go from this body line here to my cut here. So I'm going to make my line there. That's going to decipher what angle this fender is going to go in at. So I'm going to mark that and start cutting it. So there's the angle right there. Let's cut it. Alright, so I just got back from the junkyard. I did end up getting some fenders. So that's gonna be my next step is adding material into the center of this thing here and making this a complete fender again. It's gonna be sweet. So I did do another thing too. The front of this, my original fender here, I ended up cutting the little lip there. You can see on the passenger side that I haven't touched yet. So it has this curved area where the headlight used to be. So I ended up trimming that curved part out, kind of making it more straight up to the hood, just to match the cut that I made on the hood on this side. So that's gonna look good. I gotta clean all that up, but that brings me back to that corner there, and it's gonna be a good deal. So I'm gonna start cutting into this fender here, and we're gonna make this thing complete. What do you think, Wayne? Are you gonna help me cut this thing or what? I don't think he's gonna help, but he's good company. So it's a new day out here. I ended up having to call it quits the other day on these fenders, but I'm back at it. I got my piece cut to fill in this gap. So I'm gonna start tacking that in, and it's gonna take a little bit of work to get this wheel well shaped, just because of where I cut the fender and how it's gonna line up. It's gonna take some work, but that's gonna be my next step, is putting these things in, so I'm gonna get right at it. Just got some kerosene from town. We're gonna try these fenders again today in the barn. It's another cold day over here, so definitely need the kerosene for the torpedo heater. But we're gonna get these fenders close today. I need to kick some butt and get this done. I've been pulled off of this job quite a few times now, and I knew it was gonna be time consuming. I hadn't had like a full day to attack these things. Today's a good day. We're gonna get a lot done. So I'm happy with how the driver's side turned out. I'm gonna move on to the passenger side. The driver's side's still not done, but I got the general shape down. So I'm gonna start working on the passenger side, getting it to match. I already got my line cut out, and I got a dent right here in my fender that I'm super pumped that it's gonna stay. I earned a lot of these dents that are on this truck, so it's staying. I'm cutting on the other side of it. That's where I marked this one out. I'm not gonna bore you with all the footage of this side because you already have kind of seen what I've done on the driver's side. So I'm gonna get right after it and let's do it. So I got both fenders on now. I'm gonna now trim the bottom to the shape that I want. I'm gonna do that now, and I'll show you both sides. So I got both sides cut out. It's a lot bigger than it was, that's for sure. That's gonna give me tons of clearance for this suspension and upgraded suspension down the road. I'm gonna call it quits here, so for now. I wanna add something to stiffen up this bottom lip, and I haven't quite decided and or got material for that yet. So as of right now, it's gonna sit as it is. I threw the grill in there too, not that it's mounted or anything, and it's not even lined up correctly, but I just wanted to see what it was going to look like, and it's going to look sweet for sure. Here's the other side. This thing is coming together. It's starting to look really cool. Definitely interesting, but I'm happy with how this thing's turning out. Thanks for watching this video, and look forward to the next one where hopefully I'll be wrapping up these fenders and possibly talking about a front bumper. So thanks for watching.